The readings in today's Mass are connected by a common thread of two images, that of life being a journey during which God is close to us, and that of nourishment provided by God for our journey. We are shown life as a journey during which we need help and sustenance. Even in moments of despair, we are told that God is close at hand to help. In the first reading from the Old Testament, a despairing man is twice sent an angel by God to help out. The angel is a representation of God's help and indeed of our own individual guardian angel. Strength is restored to the despairing man when he eats and drinks, an image of the future Eucharist. And the man continues on his journey to Mount Horeb, the Mount of God, an image of heaven where the presence of God dwells. In the lyrics and verses of the psalm sung to God, we are urged to continue on our journey full of joy and happiness, as God is faithful, true, and steadfast in his love towards us. In the epistle reading taken from St. Paul's letter to the Ephesians, St. Paul goes one step further on that journey with us, and suggests that we do not forget others who are walking with us, nor to forget what the purpose of our journey is: redemption in the eternal presence of God. He urges us, as children of God on our journey, to be kind to one another, to follow the example of Jesus, and to forgive one another, just as God indeed forgives us. The short Gospel passage talks about Jesus' own journey, with an indication of its divine origin, of his coming from heaven, to teach all the inhabitants of the world of God, the Father's love of mankind. In order to keep spiritually sustained on that journey with him, Jesus says, "I am the bread of life. I am the living bread come down from heaven. Whoever eats this bread will live forever." On this our journey with Jesus, we are told to be sufficiently fed and spiritually nourished, able to live in the presence of God, not having to die spiritually alone, nor outside of the realm of God's love. The readings in today's Mass show that God is interested not just in mankind as a whole, but in the spiritual welfare of the individual person, even with the provision to it of an angel guardian. Each individual is important to God. In this manner, with God's presence in our life, we do not make our journey on our own. We are also in the company of others to whom we can give support and from whom we can get assistance. On the journey, we behave accordingly, with respect for others and respect for our earthly home, as Pope Francis has recently called our planet. Jesus' life and journey on earth was to bring about a renewal of mankind's spiritual life, as given to our first parents. Part of that spiritual life was and is lost through sin. Our presence, however, with God is restored by the simple act of accepting the teachings of Jesus, who, being the Son of God, knows the mind of the Father, and who himself, as the Word of God, is an expression of God's love. We are called to live those teachings of Jesus in an imitation of his spiritual life in unity with God. Jesus speaks not of the life and death of the body, but of the spiritual life of the soul, in common communion with himself, in need of a spiritual nourishment which is actually himself, the living bread come down from heaven. His message is clear and simple. Whoever believes has eternal life, that is to say, our journey's end of living finally in the eternal presence of God.